What's going on, YouTube? This is Xavier Professor X. Sorry I'm so late presenting to you this list. I've been extremely busy the past 3 months, and I've still been commenting in the fragrance community YouTube, but unfortunately, as far as my own channel, I've been kind of MIA, unfortunately. But nonetheless, I wanted to bring you my top 10 designer fragrances that I've worn this fall. So without further ado, let's begin. Start coming off at the number 10 spot is from the house of Dolce Gabbana. It's part of the One series, and it's to me the most underrated and slept on of the One line, and it is none other than Dolce Gabbana's The One Gentleman. So what you get is just a slight hint of the One DNA, but this one's quite different of the original. You get lots of black pepper and a bit of some patchouli in it as well. So a great scent if you want to present yourself as a mature person, as a mature individual, I should say. So check this one out, Dolce Gabbana's The One Gentleman. Great fragrance for the fall. Number 9 spot comes from the house of AZZARO. It is a flanker to the classic AZZARO Pour Homme. It is a fresh yet more modern but yet darker version of the original AZZARO Pour Homme, and I love the mysterious vibe of it. It would be higher up in this list, but sadly it's not because of the performance. And also the fact that I get olfactory fatigue from this after I initially give this a decent wearing, and it is none other than AZZARO Pour Homme Nighttime. What you get, like as I've said in past reviews of mine, is just a slight undertone of the original AZZARO Pour Homme mixed with a slightly sour spice bomb mixed with a slightly sour and less sweet Lana Huitolone. But like I said, very mysterious, smells very great. Can't recommend this enough for the fall. So, and this is only 20 bucks, so definitely buy a bottle and get your nose on this if you can. So AZZARO Pour Homme Nighttime at number 9. Coming in at the 8th spot is a tie between two designer very safe design, but yet very pleasing designer fragrances. It is none other than Boss Bottled Intense Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum. I slightly prefer the Eau de Parfum better because of its richness and density, but nonetheless both smell great. I don't get quite what Eve of Simply Put Sense was saying about the EDT being a little offensive, but as I mentioned earlier, both fragrances, versions of Boss Bottled Intense smell very great, and will do you wonders for the office setting. So number 8, Boss Bottled Intense Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum. Coming at the number 7 spot is from the house of Cadillac. I know a lot of the flankers have been recently reviewed of this, but sadly the OG hasn't been reviewed much by people in the community, and it is none other than Cadillac by Cadillac for Men. What you get is a kind of like a boozy vanilla mixed with a little bit of chamomile and a little bit of benzoin to kick in with the party as well. Very decent scent. It's gotten me quite a few compliments. It's not quite a panty dropper as my number 2 or my number 1 spot, but definitely a fragrance that you should definitely try out. Yeah, there's a really good deal on this at Fragrance by Canada. I love this. Really like this so much. This is one of my fall signature scents, and I've actually got 2 backup bottles of this. Cadillac for Men coming in at the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is from the house of Hugo Boss from their Baldessarini line. It's one of my favorite boozy fragrances and one of my favorite date night close encounter fragrances to wear for the fall. I can't love it enough. It's none other than the OG Ombre by Baldessarini. Like I said, you get a nice boozy accord mixed with some fresh apple. Very decent, pleasing. You can wear this to work, to the office, on a date. Probably not strong enough for the club, but should do you a decent job. And for all of you who wants to know what's up with Ombre Oud, the flanker to this, the OG just simply beats it. It's more wearable. It's more pleasing. It's not animalic like the Oud version, and definitely will get you a notice or two. Ombre by Baldessarini coming in at the number 6 spot. Now we're coming to the heavy hitters now. Number 5 has been a hype train. Jeremy Fragrance has called this the bad boy leather jacket fragrance. We're talking about CH Men Prive, and you can see how big of a dent I've put in my first bottle, and I have 2 backup bottles of this. What you get is a very boozy rum mixed in with some vanilla and some tonka bean along with the leather undertones. Just very great seductive scent, great compliment getter. Can't go wrong with the fall or the winter time. CH Men Prive at the number 5 spot. All right, coming in at the number 4 spot is a house from it's a fragrance from a company that actually makes hair care products. It, got quite a bit of hype now, and is definitely one of the best bangs for your buck. I'm talking about Killian Back to Black's more potent cousin, Sweet Tobacco Spirits by 1821 Man-Made. This stuff is honey, masculine heaven. What can I say? You get some slight tobacco undertones, but it's mostly about the honey, and it's dense but not sickly sweet. But you have to kind of get your nose on the fragrance and wear this to know what I'm talking about. So, Sweet Tobacco Spirits by 1821 Man-Made at my number 4 spot. My number 3 spot is a recent pickup. I got on a split for this, and I fell in love, and I had to have a bottle. This comes from Emporium Armani. This is the flanker. I'm talking about Stronger With You Intensely. My gosh, guys, this is what the original Stronger With You should have been. I wasn't a fan of the original Stronger With You because it smelled too commonplace like Invictus and all these other flankers, but this is what the OG should have been. It's much smoother, more ambery, more inviting, and more aromatic than the original. And for those of you who think this is too sweet, get your nose on Jacques Bogart's Bogart Par Homme, and I dare you to tell me in the comment section that this is still too sweet. So, Stronger With You Intensely coming in at my number 3 spot, and be definitely making my winter's fragrance list for this year as well. Coming in at the number 2 spot is from the house of Tom Ford. It is actually a women's fragrance, but it's a fragrance that I think a confident man can wear. It's another flanker that I love over the OG. I'm talking about Tom Ford's Velvet Orchid Lumiere. What you get is the DNA of the original Tom Ford Velvet Orchid mixed with some rum and some honey to kind of smooth out the waxy accord that you get that's kind of pungent in the original, but it's much smoother, more loosened up, and more wearable than the original Velvet Orchid. Very great night, very great scent to wear for nights out. Huge compliment getter from me. If you like fragrances that lean, if you like mass appealing scents that lean more feminine than masculine, definitely that nonetheless has some masculine undertones, definitely try Velvet Orchid Lumiere, coming at the number 2 spot. And my gosh, coming in at number 1 is the heavyweight champion of the designer realm. I would have given this an honorable mention, but this stuff smells so good. Women have adored this on me, and surprisingly, this is a discontinued fragrance, but you can still find a good deal on this. The heavyweight champion is from the house of Paul Sebastian. It's a fragrance that nobody in the community has talked about other than me, and it should be the next hype train. Whether you're alpha male, metrosexual, everyday guy, just go buy this. I'm putting this at my fragrance designer hall of fame. I'm putting this shit on Mount Olympus. The heavyweight champion is none other than P.S. ONYX by Paul Sebastian. Don't think about it. Just go buy this, and you'll thank me in the comment section later. So that's it, guys. That's my top 10 list. Designer for this year, for 2019. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of these picks, and also let me know what you've been rocking this fall. So I apologize for bringing this to you so late. So my top 10 niche for fall is coming up soon, so please stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day, have a great evening, and hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Class dismissed.